Hi everyone, Mr. Silva here, and this is the recording for Keyboarding Day 6 for Computer Applications in Business 2. So in the last class we talked about the number row of keys, which are the very top row, and we also talked about stretching those fingers to reach those keys, because that row is a particularly tricky row to type. You really have to reach up and hit those keys. So in this lesson, we'll be moving on with our next standard. We'll be able to demonstrate proper keyboarding while keeping fingers on the home row keys. We're going to focus on symbol keyboarding today. Again, how I'm measuring you this unit, and I'm not going to go over this too much. Your mastery assignments will be released on Thursday this week, when you'll have a day to complete, and we'll talk about those. I'll make a recording for that on Thursday. So our schedule for this unit, as you may remember, we are right here. This week we'll have practice at the end, and then next week will be days to work on your speed building. All right, so first we'll talk about some of the easier symbols. We'll talk about the number row symbols. When you're typing the number row symbols, you have to press the shift key first. Now, if it's on your left hand, the first symbols I'm going to talk about are typed with your left hand. You're going to hold down the right shift key with your right pinky finger. So the left hand, the number 1 becomes an exclamation point, number 2 becomes an @ symbol, number 3 becomes the pound symbol, or the hashtag as you all call it, and then the left pointer finger does double as usual for 4 and 5, which become the $ for 4 and the percentage sign for 5. For the right hand, your right pinky finger will reach up. 0 becomes a right closing parenthesis. Your right ring finger reaches up. 9 becomes a left or opening parenthesis. Your right middle finger, the 8 becomes the star symbol. We can use that for multiplication too. And then your right pointer finger reaches up for 6 and 7, which become the little up caret and the @ and the and symbol. So some symbol keys that you learned for rows, the semicolon, which you type with your left pinky, shift, and it becomes a colon, the comma, which you type with your right middle finger, that becomes a opening bracket, alligator bracket, I think they're called, and then the period, which you type with your right ring finger, that becomes a right bracket, or an alligator bracket. And then the backslash, which you type with your pinky, becomes a question mark when you hold the shift key. Remember, you have to hold the shift key in order to type these symbols. All right, so the next set of symbols are a little bit more interesting. A lot of these are typed with your right hand, but they get a little bit more tricky. The first one is like the dash, that becomes a underscore, that's with your left pinky. The equal sign becomes a plus sign, that's with your left pinky as well. This next one is for your accents. This is the top left corner. You type this one with your right pinky. The opening bracket shifts to the other kind of bracket, and this is with your right pinky as well. Same with the closing brackets. I don't remember the exact technical term for those brackets, but if you do need them, those are with your right pinky. The forward slash, other than a backslash, backslash tips toward the back, forward slash tips forward. That becomes like a straight up and down line, or pipe, I believe it's called. And then the apostrophe becomes the set for quotation. You type both of those to get a double set. Okay, these are mostly done with your right pinky. The rest of them, this one with the accent symbols, that's done with your left pinky. A little bit confusing. All right, so you can try and type these. I'm not testing you on them, but you'll never know when you need them. They do come up more often than not. More importantly, the ones you do need to know are your semicolon, your colon, your quotation marks, your apostrophe, your period, your comma, your backslash, especially if you're typing for websites, question mark, exclamation point, @ symbols. The ones that are in the numbers are most important. All right, you can type some of your symbols. In the lab today, you're going to explore them a little bit more, and that's what your focus is now. The lab is going to be a bunch of symbols. You need to type where they're at, and I want you to try and practice them. All right, that's going to do it for this lesson.